project management. My name is Guilherme and I'm a project management expert. I help professionals to become successful project managers there. Before I start, make sure you like and share this video so we can reach more people and of course more people can learn project management. But don't forget also to subscribe for the Project Management Summit. Project Management Summit is a free event I'm going to make. So we are going to have 3 classes there where I'm going to teach you the steps that you need to take to further develop your project management skills. And by the end of it, people participating in everything, they also get a certificate. You're going to have exercise, extra reading material, and everything else. So everything is free. The only thing you need to do here is clicking the link and subscribe. So I'm going to see you there. The topic I'm going to talk about today is what is project management. This is a very interesting topic if you think about it. But to explain what is project management, I need to explain to you what is a project. Basically, what is a project? So let's look for the first. Let me give you the formal definition there from PMI. PMI, if you don't know, it's Project Management Institute. Project Management Institute is the biggest is the big institution about project management around the world. They are present in I think more than around 200 countries or territories there, and they have their certification, the project management professional. That's one of their certifications, the most recognized one. So their definition of a project is basically a temporary endeavor undertaken to create a unique product or service or result. So what does it mean? So every time a company wants to create something new, basically they need project management. So there's a project that is something that has a start date, a beginning, and an end date, and of course with a defined scope there. So if organization want to create a new product, well, that's a project. If the organization wants to create a new store, for example, let's say Starbucks, they want to open a new store, that's a project. If the Tesla wants to open a new factory, that's a project. Energy transition, that's a project. So all those things that you see here, from the Coliseum in Rome to a new car, to the new iPhone, a new factory, a new house, a new assembly line, uh, energy transition, how the projects that we talk about, wind farm, solar farms, how to move for a more sustainable energy production there, how those things are projects. The Olympic Games, they were projects. The World Cup, it's a project. A movie, it's a project. So basically, a project is an idea that someone has. They create a specific goal and they create a project to execute it. So project management is a way to execute a goal, to execute a strategy. That's why it's so used in all types of company. You can imagine that from the picture that you see here, from mining, from new Android, for example, to ChatGPT for development, all those things there are project. So think as a project as a way, as a skill to help you to execute company's strategy, or to help execute and make to help on execution to make sure companies can achieve their goals there. That's a project, and that's why project management is so important. So to showcase this is so relevant, that's why you see project management, the top skills on demand in 2023, according with LinkedIn Data Insights. That's why you see project management as one of the top 7 skills to be a manager. And that's why in the end of 2023, project management was on the Forbes list of the top 10 most in demand skills of 2024. That's why if you look also on LinkedIn, that in 2024, project management also was one of the, or has been one of the top skills on demand there. So understanding that, it's quite relevant for you. Why? Because I've just told you that basically what's a project? It's to execute, to achieve a goal, uh, and that makes very general. That's why I showed you all those things here that there can possibly are projects. But that's also why the demand is so high, because you can imagine how companies around the world, they can improve their execution. all companies around the world, you're going to see that they have goals to grow, they have goals maybe to reduce costs, to expand, and all those things they are going to be executed via projects there. So keep that in mind. And one of the interesting things is, although project management is a demand, one of the things also that make this so high in demand, and then of course there's a shortage because every time you talk about execution, from the United Nations goals there to company goals, and from big to small company there, all of them need projects. And according to Project Management Institute there, they do of course research on project management. They showcase there's expected to have a talent gap up to 2030 that can reach around 25 million people, meaning that all these demand, meaning companies they are trying to expand, they are trying to grow, they are trying to develop new products, new services, new business. They are trying to change. Some companies are in change management, or they are in a transformation. There, what's a transformation? It's basically a project that needs to be executed. Why? Because the company wants to go from A to B. So they have several initiatives. They need to execute it. So that's why project management is also required there. So projects are, you can see a very big range of projects out there, from small projects, big projects, IT projects, construction projects, or organization change projects there. So, and project management is basically, so that's what a project, and that's why project is important. But let's talk a bit. So, what is project management then? Project management is difficult to define only as one skill, although when you talk about project management, you're going to find several different types of skills that you need to be successful with project management there. So you basically, when you talk about project management, you have a, maybe we can call it a hardcore knowledge on project management, meaning what's this, what I'm calling hardcore knowledge. Then you're going to talk about the what's a waterfall project, what's an agile project, basically what's a Scrum project, what's a project using Kanban. You talk about the like the PMBOK, project management body of knowledge. Project management body of knowledge, it's the standard from the Project Management Institute there. So you have a lot of those things that can be considered like a core project management knowledge. So you need to understand how you're going to define a scope. You need to understand how you create a timeline. You need to understand how to create a budget. You need to understand, okay, how you're going to set up and monitor quality during your project. You need to talk about procurement. You need to talk about resource management. You need to talk about stakeholder management. You need to talk about risk management and so on. But why I'm saying that's difficult when you talk about project management as only one skill, because in the end with project management you are going to exercise a lot of other type of skills as leadership, because as a project manager you're going to lead a team, so you need to develop your leadership skills. In projects, what you're going to happen, you're going to face problems there, so you are going to need to develop your problem solving skills. In a lot of different types of projects you're going to see data, and even when you're working with problems you are going to end up developing your analytical skills. You're going to need to understand how you're going to adapt. So when you talk about project management, you can see the project management skill itself, but you can see that to be successful, you're talking about a combo, because you're going to see, for example, if I look on the LinkedIn here, 2024, most in demand skills: communication, leadership, management, analytic skills, teamwork, problem solving. From those 10 items here, of course, you see communication, you're going to develop with project management. Leadership, you're going to develop with project management. Project management, of course, it's a straightforward management. You need to develop with project management. Analytic skills, you are going to end up developing. Teamwork, you are going to develop, and problem solving for sure, you're also going to develop. On top, of course, adaptability, because if you are executing a project in a right way, what I can guarantee, whatever type of project that you're going to work on, regardless the type of framework that you're going to follow, regardless if you're following waterfall, agile, scrum, kanban, safe, or whatever you have there, you're going to need to adapt. That's a given there. That's why adaptability, it's a requirement, and it working with project management, because you're going to face, of course, every time you kind of face changes, you face challenges, you face unknowns, you're going to develop those skills. And of course, if you have a lot of unknowns, and that's why companies they end up starting a project, because you want to approach this execution in a structured way. Because if you have a lot of unknowns, unknowns always bring risks. And what you want in the end is to achieve a project goal. And that's, of course, to make sure that you're going to achieve this project goal, you want to approach this in a structured way. So that's basically what's project management, well, what's project management skills. So it's a set of skills that will help you to organize, structure, to execute something. This something can be a new product, can be a new service, can be a change, or can be a building, or whatever you want. But every time you talk about project management, you're going to have this organization around it, this set of structure that you're going to put in place for execution. Of course, what kind of structure you're going to have, that can vary a lot. That's the type of question that I get quite often. People talking about documentation. What are the standard documents a project should have, or what are the templates for whatever thing? Keep in mind that documentation will change from project to project, industry to industry. Even the most basic items, for example, if you talk about the statement of work, that can be seen as a basic item there. The statement of work is basically a description, what's the scope of the project, what you need to execute. That can change. Some organizations they do not use a statement of work; they use this in different ways. Some organizations they have specifications with a contract. That one. Some organizations will call it different names. Some are, but even the most basic stuff that you can think about will change from organization, business to business. So it's important that when we are thinking about project management, you understand that that because it's quite broad, it can go to a lot of different industries there. Although you can find a lot of common good practices that you can apply in a lot of different industries, how this is going to be concretized there or executed in practice can differ a lot. So important that you keep that in mind. So project management, as I've already told you, it's the ultimate goal. And the project manager, I already explained to you why I explained to you what's a project, what's project management, and what's the project manager. Well, the project manager is basically the lead of the team. Roles and responsibilities can change from organization to organization. Some organizations will give more power to the project manager. Some organizations will give less power to the project manager. So it's quite important that you think about that. So in the end, if you want to develop your project management skills, I'm I'm going to make a much longer event called the Project Management Summit that can help you to develop those skills with extra exercise, extra reading material. Everything is free. The only thing you need to do there is click in the link and subscribe. Hope I'm going to see you there. Thank you. Bye.